Guys, I've got something cool to tell you about. As an engineering leader, a manager, and an engineer myself, I'm geeking out over a new product I'm just discovering that helps me with each of these points of view. The great team at SEMA, builders of the SEMA Intelligence Platform, have been working on what they call the Product Roadmap Radar. It's this integrated solution that uses generative AI to observe your code and Jira in order to summarize, synthesize, and make it easier to deliver your roadmap. It not only helps keep your roadmap on track, but it helps reduce the time engineers spend in meetings. Cue all the engineers clapping. The Product Roadmap Radar is extremely easy to set up. This only takes about 5 minutes. Just enable your integrations and let AI do all the mapping for you. My favorite part? I'm glad you asked. The radar doesn't just tell you about your roadmap. It suggests changes you need to make based on the code that's been written and the stories that have been addressed. No commenting, no special setup, all generative AI. It gives you an outside view of your roadmap based on the code and projects a target completion date based on outstanding work and activity. Again, no comments, no special setup. It even detects shadow work when development is being done but Jira isn't being updated. I'm pretty jazzed about it, and I think you will be too. Take a second to watch a short but awesome demo video. Go to codestory.co/PRR to watch it today. You'll like what you see. This episode is sponsored by Postman. Postman is the world's leading API platform, trusted by 98% of the Fortune 500 and over 40 million developers. Tap into APIs from 18,000 plus companies to power agents that make smarter decisions. Learn more at postman.com/podcast/codestory. This message is sponsored by Melee Search. Today, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone. And Melee Search gives your users the experience they need with lightning-fast performance, full-text search, AI usage, and multimodal capabilities. Melee Search delivers relevant results in less than the blink of an eye. Use the promo code CODESTORY at checkout to get 2 months free at meleesearch.com. That's MEILI search.com. This episode is brought to you by Paddle. Don't settle for less when you can have more, MOR, with Paddle, your merchant of record. Eliminate the headaches of payments, grow your revenue everywhere, and focus on what you do best, building your product. Get more revenue with less hassle at paddle.com. This episode is brought to you by PropelAuth. People take authentication for granted, but it's more than how customers log into your product. It's how you manage your relationship with your users. The easiest way to make authentication your advantage is to use PropelAuth. PropelAuth is more than just functional. It's powerful. With tools like Managed UIs, Enterprise SSO, robust user management features, and actionable insights, PropelAuth adapts as your product grows. And the best part? When auth is effortless, your team can focus on scaling, not troubleshooting. That means more releases, happier customers, and more growth for your business. Save dev time, win over your customers, and propel your business forward with PropelAuth. Check them out at propelauth.com. That's PROPELAUTH.com.
What happened was a couple of conversations organically grew into, hey, we are seeing some traffic where some of our customers are asking if we can offer them an MCP server. Hey, we want to offer APIs. How does authentication work around those APIs? So our journey from a very horizontal identity and authentication platform into AI-focused authentication platform actually grew organically because of how our customers pulled into that vision. Because they constantly kept telling us that, hey, we have this problem, can you help solve it? We have this problem, can you help solve it? I'm Ravi Madabhushi, one of the co-founders of ScaleKit.
This is Code Story, a podcast bringing you interviews with tech visionaries.
Spent 6 months moonlighting.
There's nothing on the back end.
Who share what it takes to change an industry.
I don't exactly know what to do
took
next.
many goes to get right.
Who built the teams that have their
A
back.
company is its people.
The teams help each other achieve more.
Most proud of our team.
Keeping scalability top of mind.
All that infrastructure was a
Yes,
pain.
we've been fighting it as we grow.
Total waste of time. The stories you don't read in the headlines.
It's not an easy thing to achieve, mind
Took it
you.
off the shelf and dusted it off and tried it again.
to ride the ups and downs of the startup life.
You need to really want it.
It's not just about technology.
All this and more on Code Story.
I'm your host, Noah Lappart, and today how Ravi Madabhushi has built modular auth for AI applications. For the agents, yes, but for users and APIs, like. Ravi Madabhushi finds that all of the stops along his professional journey were accidental. He grew up in a tiny village in the south of India, so small it would take you 10 minutes to sprint across it end to end. His goals back then were common: get a job, get married, etc. But after he moved to Bangalore post-school, he got acquainted with startups and was hooked. Outside of tech, he's married with 2 kids. He enjoys playing tennis, badminton, and squash. He got introduced to squash when he was playing tennis. It started raining, and they were forced inside to play inside tennis, i.e. squash. Ravi and his team had a successful exit from their prior company and decided to give startups another go. They wanted to solve the authentication problem for builders wanting to focus on their product, not building auth. What they found was a new arena in the world of AI, agents, and authentication of everything in between. This is the creation story of ScaleKit.
ScaleKit is an authentication platform for AI applications and agentic workflows. So the idea for ScaleKit was born from our experience building auth solutions in our previous company, where we saw firsthand how it's incredibly hard to get auth, especially when you're focusing on a lot of customers that range across different personas. It can be SMBs, it can be mid-market, it can be enterprise customers. And building a B2B focused auth was really hard at the time. We looked for solutions out there in the market that we thought we could adapt, but we really didn't find any solution that would be a good fit for us. So we started building it. It took us 4 years, multiple iterations to get it right. And we realized this is not a fun thing to do for anyone who is building their product or application. Anyone who is building their product actually wants to solve their core problems and not necessarily having to build all the peripherals outside their product just to make it presentable or sellable or secure. So we came out of Freshworks with a vision of making auth really easy for developers who are building their products. And what started as identity and authentication solution, our customers quickly pulled into agentic workflows. They started telling us, hey, it's more than humans. There are AI agents that we are building or our customers are building. How do we solve auth for that? We moved from a human-first identity and access management solution into an authentication platform for agentic applications and AI workflows. So ultimately, we're about enabling developers to confidently build and scale AI-powered applications, secure agentic access, and unlock new use cases without getting bogged down in the complexity of authentication and authorization infrastructure. So we built our platform in a truly modular manner. So our customers usually adopt either the full package or just the components that they need. For example, some of our customers use our platform to use as an auth for their MCP server, or use as auth for their API servers, or enterprise auth modules like SSO and SCIM and things like that. So we are a modular authentication platform for AI applications and agents, and also human users.
So let's dive into the MVPs, that first version of ScaleKit that you built. This would be prior to the agentic side of things. Tell me about, how long it took to build and what sort of tools you're using to bring it to life.
We spent around 4 months talking to prospects and customers. Even though we knew the kind of solution because we already built it once before, but we wanted to understand what actually is the pain point outside of our own lived experiences. What sort of problems that developers do care about. And we realized that one of the biggest things is there are enough libraries out there that kind of help them get started really easily. Like they would slap on a username, password, and a login with Google screen, and they can get started really quickly using any of the libraries that their framework already supports. It can be Ruby or Java, Spring, things like that. Right? So what really mattered for these customers is once they start acquiring enterprise customers, that's when the trouble begins around authentication. Their customers would ask for, hey, do you have support for SSO integration with my Okta or with my ADFS? Or do you support complicated user management and provisioning and deprovisioning? So we focused on building MVP to help companies become enterprise ready really quickly. So we narrowed our value proposition to just that particular problem statement. You already have an auth, that's great, but now you're acquiring enterprise customers. Use ScaleKit to add SSO and SCIM in just a matter of days. That took us around 3 to 4 months because we are an auth platform. We had to make sure that we are secure from day zero, we're reliable, we're available from day zero. We made sure that we have the right foundation, but the MVP itself is focused on solving only single sign-on and SCIM as a service, and that took us around 3 to 4 months. We kept it very simple and straightforward. We didn't want to boil the ocean. Predominantly, we used Google Workspace for the company communication, and we use Slack a lot. We live in the Slack 24 hours a day. Notion is our go-to tool for writing everything down, sharing internally what we are writing. Even to customers, we used to share Notion docs because we wanted to keep it extremely transparent about what we are building, how we are building it, and things like that. But to build the product, eventually, we relied on some heavyweights. One is we use GCP as our cloud platform, and we wanted to get really high levels of availability from day zero. So we used Cockroach as a persistent store, and our entire platform is built as a monolithic platform on Golang, which is not so memory intensive. We can scale easily horizontally and vertically. We wanted to keep it simple for ourselves and for our customers.
Guys, I've got something cool to tell you about. As an engineering leader, a manager, and an engineer myself, I'm geeking out over a new product I'm just discovering that helps me with each of these points of view. The great team at SEMA, builders of the SEMA Intelligence Platform, have been working on what they call the Product Roadmap Radar. It's this integrated solution that uses generative AI to observe your code and Jira in order to summarize, synthesize, and make it easier to deliver your roadmap. It not only helps keep your roadmap on track, but it helps reduce the time engineers spend in meetings. Cue all the engineers clapping. The Product Roadmap Radar is extremely easy to set up. This only takes about 5 minutes. Just enable your integrations and let AI do all the mapping for you. My favorite part? I'm glad you asked. The radar doesn't just tell you about your roadmap. It suggests changes you need to make based on the code that's been written and the stories that have been addressed. No commenting, no special setup, all generative AI. It gives you an outside view of your roadmap based on the code and projects a target completion date based on outstanding work and activity. Again, no comments, no special setup. It even detects shadow work when development is being done but Jira isn't being updated. I'm pretty jazzed about it, and I think you will be too. Take a second to watch a short but awesome demo video. Go to codestory.co/PRR to watch it today. You'll like what you see. This episode is brought to you by Paddle. As a startup, you face unique challenges to stay competitive. You and your team need to stay focused on your product, not your payments. You need to do more, MOR, and DIY less. With Paddle. Paddle is your merchant of record, becoming the seller of record for your SaaS transactions, enabling your team to focus on what's important, your product. Paddle handles all payment management across multiple gateways and methods, taking ownership of tax liability while remaining compliant with regulations across all markets. The platform handles all aspects of SaaS billing, billing models, upgrades, add-on, trials, and more. Let's look at the results. MOR revenue optimization is built into Paddle and accounts for up to 16% higher conversion rates, reduced payment failures, localized pricing, and churn prevention, recovering 40% of cancellations. Their developer-friendly tools are API first with comprehensive documentation, removing the burden from your engineers. With Paddle as your merchant of record, you'll generate more revenue, find and keep more customers, grow faster, and stay compliant everywhere. So what are you waiting for? Get more revenue with less hassle at paddle.com. This one's for all you tech founders out there. You know that feeling. You finally come up with the perfect name for your startup. Then you check the .com and it's taken, parked, unused, or priced like rent in Palo Alto. So you settle with extra letters, weird spellings, whatever it takes. But hey, you don't have to compromise, because now there's finally a domain for tech founders like you. I'm talking about .tech domain names. Get the startup name you actually want on .tech. Absolutely no compromises. What's more, you signal to your customers and investors that you're building tech even with your domain name. Isn't that cool? So if you've got a name in mind, search for it now with .tech on a trusted platform like GoDaddy, or visit get.tech/codestory to grab it today. That's get.tech/codestory. This episode is sponsored by Mailtrap, an email platform developers love. Try for free at mailtrap.io. That's mailtrap.io. This episode is sponsored by Postman. APIs are the foundation of reliable AI, and reliable APIs start with Postman. Trusted by 98% of the Fortune 500, Postman is the platform that helps over 40 million developers build and scale the APIs behind their most critical business workflows. With Postman, teams get centralized access to the latest LLMs and APIs, MCP support, and no-code workflows, all in one platform. Quickly integrate critical tools and build multi-step agents without writing a single line of code. Start building smarter, more reliable agents today. Visit postman.com/podcast/codestory to learn more. That's postman.com/podcast/codestory. So let's go from that MVP point then. So how did you progress and mature the product? And that folds into the next, level of authentication with agents and AI and those things. How did that unfold? And I'm curious to wrap in a box a little bit. What I'm looking for is how you built your roadmap, how you went about deciding that, okay, this is the next most important thing to build or to address with ScaleKit.
So one of the things that we constantly focus on is keep a very close relationship with our customers, constantly trying to understand what are the problems that they're going through in scaling their product or scaling their customer segment from SMB to mid-market or enterprise, or what are the new engineering challenges that they're facing, what are the new experiments that they're doing, to see if there is any opportunity for ScaleKit to help solve them instead of us living in our own bubble. That's the point number one. Point number two is, because we worked very closely with some of our early customers as part of upgrading their auth journey from a simple username password to kind of enterprise-grade authentication, including SSO SCIM, they used to come back to us if they need any help with any auth-related challenges in general. So what happened was a couple of conversations organically grew into, hey, we are seeing some traffic where some of our customers are asking if we can offer them an MCP server. And they asked us, okay, how do I build an MCP server? Some of the conversations around, hey, we want to offer APIs. How does authentication work around those APIs? So our journey from a very horizontal identity and authentication platform into AI-focused authentication platform actually grew organically because of how our customers pulled into that vision, because they constantly kept telling us that, hey, we have this problem, can you help solve it? We have this problem, can you help solve it? When we first heard this for a couple of times initially, we went into an advisory mode and helped them solve the problem. But when we keep hearing the same problems again and again, we realize that there is a pattern and, hey, there is something big happening here. So that's when we moved our focus into the agentic authentication space. So one of the first things that we started is our customers said, hey, I'm building an MCP server and the MCP spec says it needs to be OAuth and things like that. Can you help us with that? So that's where it started. So now we have a drop-in authorization platform for MCP servers where anyone can use a platform to simply add an OAuth layer for their MCP servers without them having to build the entire OAuth infrastructure by themselves. So we have a lot of customers who are using just that piece, and they constantly give us feedback on how do we improve value that we're offering to them by adding additional components around authentication and authorization layers. So our constant focus is be as close to our customers as possible, constantly listen to their feedback, identify patterns, and help improve our product roadmap and solve as many problems as we can for these customers.
So I hear you saying we. Tell me about how you built your team. And what do you look for in those people to indicate that they are the winning horses to join you?
we were close-knit of people who were part of our earliest startup itself. We kind of value relationships and we trust each other. So there's a group of 5 or 6 people who were part of the earliest startup, which is 12 years back. We continued the journey together. And over a period of time, we intuitively know how to trust each other. So this 5-6 group of people started ScaleKit. But now when it came to adding more people to the team, I think we focused only on, hey, what are their characteristics? Are they accountable? Are they responsible? Are they humble? These are the core things that we focused on. And we always look to hire people from our internal referrals. If one of the employees says we should bring this person on board, we trust that person's judgment based on the past experience or them working together. So we always trust that judgment when we bring in new people. I think 95% of the team members are kind of internal referrals. It's very rare when we go outside. Even when we go outside our first degree or second degree of network, they come in through strong references from others that they have already worked in the past with. I think the key thing in any startup, I would say, is trust and responsibility and accountability. Skills are something that you can learn over a period of time. So we value more on what characteristics do they bring to the table than what skills do they bring to the table.
This episode is brought to you by Propel. People take authentication for granted, but it's more than how customers log into your product. It's how you manage your relationship with your users. The easiest way to make authentication your advantage is to use Propel Auth. Propel Auth is more than just functional. It's powerful. With tools like Managed UIs, Enterprise SSO, robust user management features, and actionable insights, Propel Auth adapts as your product grows. And the best part? When auth is effortless, your team can focus on scaling, not troubleshooting. That means more releases, happier customers, and more growth for your business. Save dev time, win over your customers, and propel your business forward with Propel Auth. Check them out at propelauth.com. That's propelauth.com. This episode is sponsored by Search. In today's digital landscape, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone, and you need a user experience that drives customer satisfaction. You need Search. Search has lightning-fast performance, returning answers in less than 50 milliseconds. Yeah, you heard that right. Faster than the blink of an eye. The open-source AI search engine is plug-and-play, so you can get up and running in minutes with smart presets, allowing you to start searching through your data with zero configuration. Search utilizes advanced full-text search and AI, ensuring your results are ultra-relevant with semantic depth. It's multimodal, supporting images, videos, and audio, along with being federated, i.e. searching across multiple data sources. And it's developer-friendly. Whether you're building a content-rich website or enterprise application, Search delivers the experience your users expect and deserve. For a limited time, CodeStory users can get 2 months free. Use the promo code CODESTORY, all one word, at checkout. Just go to mailysearch.com and get started today. That's MEILI search.com. Let's flip to scalability, and it's in your name, right? So I know that it's important. I'm curious about how you approach scale from the early days and maybe how that progressed. But I'm really curious about, has there been interesting areas where you've had to fight scale as you've grown?
One thing that we were very clear from day zero is we are not building B2B CRAD application where we are building authentication infrastructure for our customers. That means they trust their product security with our platform. The tenets that we place ourselves for the platform that we are building are security first, reliability, availability, and performance are the most important things beyond what features that we are adding to our product and what features that we are selling to our customers. So from day one, we made sure that we built a scalable and secure platform. One of the reasons why we named the company also comes from the same point, right? Hey, we help you scale your product from 1 to 100 journey through our platform. That means we ourselves need to be scalable before we can help them scale. So scale was never really what we took for granted or what we thought we'll deal with it when it comes to it. From day one, we made sure that our foundations were right. The architectural choices that we took were right. we never assumed that we will fix scaling problems when we get 100 customers, 1,000 customers, or 10,000 customers. Of course, we had scaling problems, but not with the platform that we're building though. We had scaling problems when it comes to processes. When we grew from 5-member team to 10-member team to 20-member team, how do you make sure that everyone knows constantly what is happening? And how do you communicate effectively within the team about what our vision is, what our roadmap is, what are we doing this month, this quarter, how are we helping our customers? So there have been scaling problems around that, but not scaling our platform reliability and availability.
As you step out on the balcony and you look across all that you've built thus far with ScaleKit, what are you most proud of?
I think definitely one thing that makes me most proud is the kind of focus on developer experience that we've created and the way we partner with our customers. From the beginning, we set out to make authentication not just easy, but actually something that they can enjoy implementing. We made sure that we have clear documentation. We have a lot of diagrams on our website just to make sure they understand what is happening. The defaults that we set up are secure, so they don't have to figure out which setting should they choose or which option should they go with. And most importantly, we made sure that they can implement complex requirements like SSO or SCIM in just a matter of days. We have had actually customers onboard their first enterprise client in just 2 days using ScaleKit. But it's also not just about the product. We wanted to make sure that we act as advisors and not just another vendors for our customers. We help them implement authentication securely and effectively, tailored to their unique needs. And that kind of approach has built a lot of trust and lasting relationships, like I spoke about earlier. It made sure that they constantly came back to us, asked us for advice on unrelated problems. Again, that's what pulled us into agentic auth play. And yeah, I guess if you're asking me what I'm most proud of, none of this would be possible without the great team that we brought together. I think we trust each other innately, and we really care about solving problems that matter, and we help each other, and that helped us consistently deliver for our customers and keep raising the bar.
Let's flip the script a little bit. Tell me about a mistake you made and how you and your team responded to it.
I think it's a tricky question, Noah. So I think one of the most significant mistakes we made early on was falling into the trap of premature optimization. About 6 months ago, we found ourselves spending a lot of time and engineering effort trying to cover every possible edge case, building for hypothetical scenarios that no customer had actually encountered. But I think this is also the curse of knowledge, because we know all the potential scenarios and edge cases from our past experience of building the auth platform that scaled to 2 million daily active users, and it served customers of all sizes. So we know actually what needs to be done, because we know that eventually this is the kind of platform that needs to be built. But as part of trying to make a platform as robust and future-proof as possible, we were actually slowing ourselves down and distracting ourselves from solving the problems that mattered most to our customers today. So we realized that this approach is completely unsustainable, and we had to act like a startup where speed and focus are extremely critical. So as a team, we had an open conversation internally saying, hey, let's solve for 90% of the problems that we know our customers are going to face day in, day out. And let's only optimize for the extremely corner cases and extremely edge cases when there is a clear and present need for those. So this mental shift allowed us to move faster and deliver value to customers more quickly and stay aligned with what is real and practical scenarios that happen for our customers as part of their auth workflows. So we are very much intentional about deeply listening to our users, constantly validating their pain points and our solutions, and avoid premature optimization at all costs. This has actually made our team extremely agile, and our customers are amazed by the speed at which we are shipping features and adding value more aggressively than we did before. So if you ask for a mistake, I think this is one mistake. Call it premature optimization or curse of knowledge. But staying grounded and being closer to the reality is something that we didn't do in the past as much as we should have.
Okay, so let's move forward. I'm curious what the future looks like. And we've already talked about agentic authentication and AI and things, but I'm sure there's more there. I'm sure there's more that you're planning for. So what does the future look like for ScaleKit, for the product and for your team?
I think definitely the future of ScaleKit is centered on enabling and empowering developers to build and secure agentic access to their applications. We have a strong hypothesis that very soon, agentic access, where AI agents actually interact with web applications or APIs, will surpass human user access or even M2M interactions. This shift from human to agentic access introduces completely new challenges when it comes to authentication and authorization, as these agents will operate with different behaviors and securing agentic access needs different requirements compared to human users. So our focus is on developing an authentication platform that is built for this new reality. We are working to ensure that agentic applications can seamlessly discover application capabilities and execute those capabilities securely, and do so in a way that is both verifiable and auditable. Again, this applies whether agents are acting autonomously or on behalf of users based on their instructions. But our hypothesis is agentic access is something that's coming. It's very real and very near. We have to build our auth platform in such a way that will help developers secure their products and secure their applications from agents accessing their capabilities. So what excites us most building for this particular future is authentication is not just about logging in a user, verifying their password, and things like that, but actually enabling secure and intelligent collaboration between humans on whose behalf agents could be acting, and the actual agents and the systems that they're acting on. So we are committed to staying ahead of the curve. We are working with a few of our close design partners to build agentic authentication layer for their applications. We are providing the tools and infrastructure that is needed to make these new patterns safe and accessible. So this vision is what driving our team every day, and this is what is keeping us motivated to keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible in agentic identity and agentic authentication.
Let's switch to you, Ravi. Who influences the way that you work? Name a person or many persons or something you look up to and why.
I think the person who has had the biggest influence on who I am today, I would definitely say it's my dad. He grew up from an extremely humble background with almost nothing, one meal a day situation, but he worked hard for himself. He was extremely sincere about what he is doing at all times. His work ethic is great. He not only worked hard for himself, but he always made sure that his siblings and the extended family or his friends, he made sure that he was able to help them out in every possible way that he could. And I think, it's extremely hard to look past him when I talk about who influences me. He made sure that I'm always humble, I'm always focused, and he inculcated the sense of responsibility into my work, what I do, and how I'm interacting with. He definitely is an inspiration, and I constantly live up to the values that he taught me.
Ravi, last question. So you're getting on a plane, and you're sitting next to a young entrepreneur who's built the next big thing. They're jazzed about it. They can't wait to show it off to the world, and can't wait to show it off to you right there on the plane. What advice do you give that person, having gone down this road a bit?
I think one thing that I've realized in the last few years is it's not about what you built, but it's about how do you communicate the value that you're solving with what you built, and whom did you build it for? You need to learn, or you need to understand what you built and how do you effectively communicate the value that you built to people that matter. So I would ask this person, if he has already built a great thing, then the question that I would ask him is, whom did you build it for? And what value does it add to those people whom he built it for? I think constantly focusing on those two problems goes a long way, rather than the actual capabilities or features or the actual product itself. If you think about Google, it's just a text box and a button, but what it unlocked is it unlocked me to find anything that I want in the internet from a remote corner in India, I can find information that is sitting in an MIT library. So I think that kind of clear articulation of value of what you built and whom you built it for is extremely important, especially when you get started in the first 2, 3, 4 years of your journey. I would focus on that. I would ask him to do the same.
That's fantastic advice. Well, Ravi, thank you for being on the show today, and thank you for telling the creation story of ScaleKit.
Thank you so much, Noah.
And this concludes another chapter of Code Story. Code Story is hosted and produced by Noah Labhart. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or the podcasting app of your choice. And when you get a chance, leave us a review. Both things help us out tremendously. And thanks again for listening.
You set the gold standard for your business. Your website should do the same. Wix puts you at the helm, so you can enjoy the creative freedom of designing your site just the way you want. Want someone to bounce your ideas off? Talk with AI to create a beautiful site together. Whatever your business, manage it from one place and tie it all together with a personalized domain name. Gear up for success with a brand that says you best. You can do it yourself on Wix.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ12. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ12 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.